Today we delve into a topic that may surprise you. We will talk about products that the government may not want you to obtain. Before you start to doubt, let's understand the reasons for this. First, ancient seeds. Ancient seeds, valued for their genetic diversity and historical significance, offer people the chance to grow a rich variety of fruits, vegetables, and herbs. Unlike mass-produced hybrid seeds, ancient seeds were preserved and passed down through generations, allowing them to retain unique flavors, textures, and adaptability to local climates. Their value goes beyond mere sustenance. Ancient seeds represent a connection to our agricultural heritage, embodying the stories of those who cared for them with love and respect. In a world where conventional agriculture dominates, these seeds serve as protectors of biodiversity, safeguarding plant species from extinction and ensuring a sustainable food system for future generations. Despite their undeniable advantages, ancient seeds often go unnoticed by government institutions focused on promoting modern agricultural practices. The emphasis on high yields and uniform crops pushes ancient seeds into the background, overshadowed by the allure of convenience and sameness. Nevertheless, their place on the sidelines does not diminish their importance. In fact, it emphasizes the need for people to regain control over their food sovereignty. Accepting ancient seeds, gardeners and farmers assert their autonomy, rejecting the homogenization of our food supply in favor of diversity and sustainability. Moreover, cultivating ancient seeds fosters a deeper connection to the land and a sense of responsibility for our natural resources. When people engage in the preservation and propagation of seeds, they become active participants in the cycle of life, continuing the traditions that honor the wisdom of past generations. Additionally, ancient seeds offer practical benefits in terms of flavor, nutrients, and adaptability. Their diverse genetic makeup allows for a spectrum of flavors and textures that simply cannot be replicated by mass-produced varieties. Additionally, their resistance to pests and diseases, developed over centuries of adaptation, reduces dependence on chemicals and promotes ecological balance. Secondly, fish caught in the wild. Fish caught in local waters or using sustainable fishing methods is a vital but often undervalued component of our food system. Despite the fact that commercially farmed fish dominate the market and receive significant advertising, their wild counterparts do not always get the same attention, especially in government dietary recommendations. Despite the lack of accent, wild-caught fish offers many benefits worth considering. Firstly, it potentially has higher nutritional values compared to farmed fish. Wild fish generally contains higher levels of omega-3 fatty acids essential for heart health, improving health and cognitive functions, while reducing potentially harmful contaminants like mercury and PCBs. Moreover, catching wild fish supports local economies and traditional fishing communities, emphasizing sustainably harvested seafood. Consumers can contribute to preserving coastal livelihoods and maintaining vibrant fishing cultures. However, the insufficient representation of wild fish in dietary recommendations reflects broader issues in the food system. Operations in industrial aquaculture often have a significant impact, shaping consumer preferences and government policies that prioritize efficiency and profit over sustainability and nutritional value. Moreover, the complexity of managing fish resources and seafood supply chains creates obstacles for the widespread promotion of wild fish. The variability of catch quotas, environmental regulations, and market demand can complicate the constant availability of wild seafood, further complicating their integration into dietary recommendations. Nevertheless, initiatives to promote sustainable seafood consumption and support small fishing enterprises are gaining popularity. Organizations and activists are working to raise awareness about the benefits of wild fish, educating consumers on responsible seafood choices, and advocating for policies that prioritize ecological responsibility and social justice in the fishing industry. As for herbal supplements, they occupy a significant niche in the field of health and wellness, offering people alternative ways to address health issues. Despite their widespread use, these products do not always receive the same level of scrutiny or approval from government health agencies as pharmaceuticals. One reason for this difference lies in the regulation of herbal supplements. Unlike pharmaceuticals, which undergo strict testing and evaluation before approval for public use, herbal supplements often exist in a gray area of regulation. Although some countries have established safety recommendations and labeling for these products, compliance may vary, leading to discrepancies in quality and effectiveness. Moreover, scientific research on plant supplements may not be as extensive as that conducted for pharmaceuticals. Traditional herbal remedies often lack the extensive clinical trials and peer-reviewed studies that characterize modern medicine. This lack of empirical data may hinder public health institutions from approving herbal supplements with the same confidence as pharmaceutical drugs. Nevertheless, the absence of official approval does not necessarily indicate inefficiency or lack of value. Many people turn to herbal supplements because they offer alternatives to traditional pharmaceuticals, often with fewer side effects and a focus on holistic well-being. Medicine relies on centuries-old traditional knowledge and cultural practices, creating a rich palette of time-tested remedies. Moreover, the growing popularity of herbal supplements highlights the increasing demand for personalized and integrative approaches to healthcare. People are becoming more active in managing their health and are seeking options beyond the official recommendations of government institutions. This trend towards self-management and holistic healing challenges the traditional paradigm of medical services and emphasizes the need for a more inclusive and flexible approach. Homemade preserves like jam, pickled vegetables, and chutney offer a variety of flavors and textures that can enhance any dish. Prepared with care in home kitchens, these products often contain minimal ingredients and avoid additives and preservatives typically found in store-bought alternatives. However, despite their artisanal charm and nutritional value, homemade preserves may not always meet the dietary standards set by the government. One reason for this discrepancy is the variety of preparation methods and storage conditions. Unlike commercially produced preparations that undergo standardized processing and packaging, homemade versions can have a wide range of characteristics depending on the choice of ingredients, culinary techniques, and storage practices. For example, the sugar content in homemade jams and jellies can vary significantly depending on the recipe used and the ripeness of the fruits. Some people may choose recipes with reduced sugar content according to recommendations for limiting sugar intake, while others prefer traditional recipes that prioritize taste and texture. Similarly, the sodium content in homemade pickled vegetables and sauces can vary depending on the brine concentration and fermentation time. While homemade pickled vegetables may offer probiotic benefits and vibrant flavors, their sodium content may not align with recommendations for reducing salt intake, especially for individuals with certain conditions like hypertension. Moreover, the storage conditions of homemade preserves can affect their nutritional value and safety. Improperly sealed jars or inadequate storage conditions can increase the risk of spoilage or contamination, impacting both the taste and safety of the preserves. As a result, people need to be cautious and attentive when preparing and storing homemade preserves to ensure their quality and safety. Despite these challenges, homemade preserves offer many benefits worth considering. They allow people to connect with seasonal products, support local farmers, and be creative in the kitchen. Moreover, they represent a delicious way to reduce food waste by preserving excess fruits and vegetables at their peak freshness. As for alternative grains and flours, products like quinoa, spelt, and others, alternative grains and flours may not receive the same level of support from government bodies as more traditional options. Nevertheless, their nutritional value and potential for sustainable agriculture make them worthy of attention in a balanced diet. For example, quinoa is renowned for its high protein content and complete amino acid profile, making it an excellent source of plant-based protein for vegetarians and vegans. Additionally, it is rich in fiber, vitamins, and minerals, including magnesium, iron, and zinc, which contribute to overall health. Similarly, spelt, an ancient grain related to wheat, offers a distinctive nutty flavor and a range of nutrients, including protein, fiber, and B vitamins. Its unique composition makes it a valuable addition to baking, pasta, and other culinary creations. In addition to their nutritional benefits, alternative grains and flours also play an important role in sustainable agriculture. Unlike monoculture crops like wheat and corn, which require intensive irrigation, chemical fertilizers, and pesticides, many alternative grains are more sustainable and environmentally friendly. For example, quinoa adapts well to harsh conditions with low water availability, reducing pressure on water resources in arid regions. Moreover, her ability to grow in various agroecological conditions contributes to the diversity of crops and resilience, reducing the risk of harvest losses due to climate change. Spelt is also known for its resilience to pests and diseases, which reduces the need for synthetic additives and promotes soil health and biodiversity. Its deep root system helps prevent soil erosion and improves its structure, enhancing the long-term sustainability of agricultural systems. Despite these advantages, the lack of support for alternative grains and flours from government agencies reflects broader biases and preferences in the food industry. Intensive agriculture focused on high-yield monoculture crops often dominates agricultural policy and marketing efforts, overshadowing the potential of alternative grains for creating a more diverse and sustainable food system. Nevertheless, the growing consumer demand for healthier and more sustainable food products is increasing interest in alternative grains and flours. People are becoming more aware of the nutritional and ecological benefits of these ingredients and are starting to seek products that align with their values and dietary preferences, creating opportunities for growth and innovation in the food industry.